How's it going? This is Jay Salters with Acknow Education. I'm here with another great resource. I'm here with Chris Starling. He's a Marine veteran and NPower's Executive Director for California. Thanks for doing this interview with us, Chris.
Hey, pleasure to be here, Jay. Thank you.
Oh, no worries. Can you tell us a little about NPower and what services you guys provide?
Sure. So NPower is a nonprofit that serves two communities, young adults and veterans. And when I say veterans, I'm talking about veterans as well as veteran spouses. NPower is about 20 years old as a nonprofit. So we've been around for a while, and NPower is located in 7 states. We're located in New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Michigan, Missouri, Texas, and I'm the director of NPower California. We train people in basics of technology, and then we get them jobs. The mission statement is to create pathways to economic prosperity for veterans and young adults by launching them into tech careers. How do we do that? Our flagship course is called Tech Fundamentals. We'll take a student or an applicant, we'll have a 16-week boot camp style training program, and at the end of that, we'll get 2 certifications, CompTIA ITF Plus and CompTIA A Plus, and with those certifications, I have a placement team that will take your resume out and shop your name for jobs at a tech firm. So it's really training and job placement under one roof, completely free of charge for our students. In addition to tech training, we have 1 day a week of professional development training where we have people working with you on your resume, doing mock interviews, preparing you for your eventual job interview, reviewing corporate policies and benefits, HR, financial management, how to dress. Each of our students gets outfitted with professional clothes so they look sharp and they're ready to go by the time it comes interview time. And so between professional development and tech training, we've got a really marketable person to put out on the job market. And what makes us unique is if you're having any kinds of challenges, financial or medical or others, we have a social support manager who helps you manage those problems if they crop up during the course. That makes us pretty unique. And the other thing that makes us unique is while you're still in class, our placement team has your resume and is putting it in front of hiring managers and in front of recruiters. So I call that a competitive advantage. And with companies like Deloitte, Robert Half Technologies, Australia, Accenture, NetScout, San Francisco Airport, the San Francisco Giants baseball team, they hire our graduates because they are tried and tested and they've done well in the past. So we have a track record of providing really good workers. You come in at the entry level as a junior network admin or as a troubleshooter or a help desk person, and then you're poised to work your way up the ladder in tech.
Wow. So you essentially provide certification opportunities, but in the midst of that, you're also doing workforce development with these individuals through interviews, through opportunities of speaking with individuals so they can prepare how to dress, how to look, how to talk, and then also shopping out their resumes while they're going through this program. So that's a lot of great resources. So what makes the ideal candidate for this program?
So the ideal candidate comes from 2 sides. Let me talk about young adults first. If you're a young adult, age 18 to 25, and you live in a tough neighborhood or in an under-resourced community, and here in Northern California, we have that in the East Bay and Oakland, down in San Jose, some of the other towns in the peninsula, there are less opportunities. And those are the candidates that I'm looking for that didn't have the money to go to college, or maybe they went to junior college for a semester and they're more technically oriented and they want these hard skills and want to get in the workforce quickly. Those are the kind of young adults that I'm looking for. And on the veteran side, veterans are generally a little bit older. They're usually between 21 and 30. And I will take active duty, I'll take guard and reserve, and I'll also take their spouses into the class free of charge. And one of the hidden gems is military spouses, veteran spouses. They've moved around the country or all over the world. And because they are moving with their spouse, it's hard for them to get certified in one place and have a homestead and start a career. Well, tech goes everywhere. And so spouses are really great. And I'm making a concerted effort to bring more women in the class because we know that most tech companies have a shortage of women in the workforce. So we really want to help address that gap of women who are trained in technology getting in the workforce. There's some great opportunities for women right now in technology. So those are the ideal candidates. And again, our program is completely free for those students.
And Chris, would you say you would have to have a technical background or IT background in order to apply to the program?
It's good to have some tech background, even if it's self-taught. Most of our students who come in, they've just tinkered around enough with their own computers. They've written a little bit of code. But what I really want is curiosity, a will to learn, and grit and determination. And we'll do the rest. So having a little bit of technology training is good, but it is not required. What's required is the willingness to roll up your sleeves and do some hard work and get through that 16 weeks.
Absolutely. Where can we find more? And is there any upcoming events?
So we're recruiting for our next class. We are amid the COVID-19 pandemic. And I'll just add, our classes are in person in the classroom. In March, we switched everything up and we put all of our classes on Zoom. We took a 1-week break. We gave our students that are in this cohort some lab work to do. We reconvened and we've been doing everything over Zoom, and our students are thriving in that environment. Some of them have already got job interviews also over Zoom. So my placement team is going through every employer possible to find who's still hiring. And then we use our relationships. Again, that's a competitive advantage for our students to get in front of those recruiters and get the shot to interview. You still have to do well at the interview. We're not going to automatically give you a job. We give you that opportunity, but our students really do well. So in terms of our next events that are coming up, we will start a class in the August timeframe, and people can apply to that right now. They can go to the website, www.npower.org, and there's an application link there, and you just pick the city and state that you want to apply to in the course, and it'll take you through that process. Again, young adults, 18 to 25, veterans, active duty, National Guard, reserves, and any of their spouses. Free of charge. We'd love to have you apply and talk to you.
That is awesome. So Chris, as a veteran, for all the veterans and transition military out there, do you have a word of advice or a piece of knowledge that you're willing to share to everybody?
I wouldn't be a military guy if I didn't answer that with an acronym. PCS, permanent change of station. And this is your permanent change of station for transitioning out. The P stands for patience. The job isn't just going to land in your lap the day after you get out. You need to have a little bit of cash reserves, and you need to be prepared to take your time. You don't want to take the first job that somebody offers. You want to have several jobs in front of you, and you want to leverage the network that you have, former bosses in the military, people that you met on the outside. You want to ask advice from everybody you can, and you want to start doing that before you get out of the military and start that process going. So be patient. Second, the C in PCS is for confidence. We have all faced rejection in our military careers and on sports fields and in other aspects of life. It's part of learning. When I transitioned, I was told no by a lot of people. You cannot let that impact you. You have a lot to add. You're going to do well. Not everybody has the same background and understands military service or your leadership experience. They can't take some of those intangibles and understand what you would bring. So some people are going to turn you down. That's okay. Remain confident, because what I see is that our veterans that we place, there's a premium on them. And the employers that we talk to, if they don't know it, we educate them about it. And most of them are very excited to hire veterans. So have the confidence when you go to an interview that you know what you're doing. The S in PCS is for study. It requires hard work. Any company that you apply to, you need to understand the mission statement backward and forward. You need to understand their core values. You need to ask yourself, do those values comport with me? Am I going to be a good fit in that company? We all understand our military service values. Those are inculcated into us. Each company has values. Look it up on the website. Who are the leaders there? Who are the people that have something in common with you, whether it's a veteran, whether it's someone that played the same sport that you did in high school? Find somebody and get a contact on the inside and get some intel from them. How is it in there? Study, study, study. Be taking 4 to 8 hours researching any job that you apply for and really getting down to brass tacks about what it's about, and keep some good notes on it. And remember, the more fishing lines you put in the water, the more bites you're going to get. Just apply to a lot of things. So PCS, you got to have patience, you got to have confidence, and you got to study.
Thank you for that information. Please take advantage of this, utilize these opportunities and resources to help you kind of move a little further in your career path. With that being said, I'll see you guys some other time. Thank you again for your time. Speak to you soon.
Thanks, Jay.